we couldn't do, huh?
We get the cream, can't tell you how we make it though. She ballin' with the king, she told him she a Laker now. And she get the dream, told me she gon' help it happen. Nigga, it's the tip.
What's up, world? I go by the name of Tone Jones, man, and we out here with UglyMoney Nietzsche. You know what I'm saying? So this is the Wolves Den. So UglyMoney, man, I got a couple questions for you. You know, I'm gonna ask you about the man, I'm gonna ask you about the music, and I'm gonna ask you about the business things of that sort. You know what I mean? So first off, you know, I'm from Aiken, you know, okay. But that's real close to Augusta, yeah. right across the water. So, you know, for the people who don't know, you know what I'm saying, tell us a little bit, you know, where you came from, you know, and kind of what got you started into the whole music,
man. I came from where I'm from, which is always a difficult question. That's actually that's a long story itself. Okay. I'm an Army brat. Gotcha. So I was born in Kentucky on Fort Knox, but then I moved, of course, around a lot. But I claim Virginia as my home of where I'm from. I kind of got made in the business in Augusta, Georgia. Okay. So I always say I'm from VA by way of Augusta because I just never want to dilute the part that Augusta, Georgia played into my career because they were a major part of it. Right. So I would say like Philip Harris, the man, was born and is from Virginia. But P. Nice and UglyMoney and all he's from Augusta. Augusta. Yeah,
I got you. So what were some of the things that you got from Virginia that was a little different from when you had moved to, you know, Augusta? You know?
Well, I got a lot of hustle from Virginia. Like that's where I really got that hard work ethic, like, you know what I'm saying? Because unfortunately, where I was from, when I was coming up, we didn't have a lot of opportunities. There was nobody that really made it. I think we had Trey Songz in the game. There was no big rappers from my area that was really making any noise. And so, you know, we just had to try and work harder. And so I think that's the biggest thing that I took moving when I got to Augusta was just the hustle and the work ethic of just, hey, if it's an opportunity out here, we got to get up out here and get it because you never know when it's going to be gone.
Facts. It ain't going to come out and get it.
Definitely. So, you know, I hit the ground running when I got to Augusta. Funny thing about Augusta is when I moved there, I didn't know a single person. Right. Believe it or not, when I got stationed in Augusta, I remember coming off of, I think, Jimmy Dias, coming off the highway, and I didn't know a single person in that town. Right. And I was like, I told myself, I was like, I'm going to do my thing here, though, you know. And years later, you know, it's definitely it's like a second home for me. Right. You know what I'm saying? Fact. So, you know, shout out to the 706.
706, what's up? So, what's you know, you said you didn't know a single person. So what was your plan? Like when you hit the city, you know what I'm saying, and you knew I was gonna be grinding, you know, was it the music that was always the plan, the mission, or was it something bigger? Did you go there looking for something?
It was funny. I wanted to rap. I always wanted to be a rapper. And see, everything that I've done in my career was always because I wanted to rap. So I wanted to rap, so nobody would let me perform at their party. Fact. So I had to throw my own party. You feel what I'm saying? But a couple months later, after those guys told me no, my party is bigger than their party. Right. You know what I'm saying? Same situation with the radio. Nobody wanted to play me on the radio. I'm like, all right, you want to play me? I get me a radio show. I'm gonna play my song every hour an hour. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, for everything, and literally everything that I've done in my career was always to try to feed my rap career because I just wanted it so much. And where I always told people, like, where I might have lacked in talent, I always made up in work ethic. You know what I'm saying? The hustle. Like, you may rap better than me, but you're not gonna work harder than me because I'm gonna not sleep. I am not gonna be doing the other ish that basic niggas do and other folks do. Whatever. I'm gonna be on it. You know what I'm saying? And so I made it up with hustle. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't the smartest. I wasn't the savviest, the swaggiest, or nothing. It was just the fact that I just worked extremely hard. And that's what I used to always try to instill in people that would talk to me. It was like, look, as long as you do your work, nobody's gonna take nothing from you. Like, you can't cheat the work. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I never did. I took no days off.
And I can like as a young nigga from the city, bro, like I can kind of attest to seeing your work ethic. You know what I'm saying? Like I really seen how, you know, like you said, we was on the radio and all that other shit like that. You know, you was doing the parties and everything like that. You know what I mean? Like I really saw that you was really doing something different than everybody else was.
Yeah.
I seen you out in the streets, you know what I'm saying? You was out, you know, I feel like I almost want to say you almost like a social media pioneer when it comes to the city too. You know,
well,
when he was pushing on the social media, it was kind of.
I was one of the few guys that one of the first guys that because it was like it was all about MySpace back then.
Right.
I'm kind of dating myself, but I was one of the first people to kind of usher in Facebook and kind of started throwing. We were one of the few promoters I was one of the few promoters that started throwing parties on Facebook and started promoting parties on Facebook. And you know, but I've always been social media savvy. I mean, going back to when I was in college, like I always knew that like I could talk to somebody and they ain't gotta be here, and I'm not on the phone. That's crazy, you know. Or I can go look and see how this place look without going there. This is amazing. Like this is gonna be big. And so I always try to keep a social media presence because I just felt that it was going to be huge. And, you know what I'm saying? And still to this day, you know what I'm saying? Like social media is a very important part of my life, a very important part of my business because of the fact that like, I mean, especially in this day and age, like with things going wrong, coronavirus and everything like that, like you can't really go nowhere. But social media is where you can always go.
Really?
And so, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I always try to see where things were going and beat everybody there first. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, everybody's on MySpace. We're like, this thing named Facebook is coming. It's just kind of cool. You know, all these college kids are on it. And I'm like, well, hey, you got an extra college email, let me use it. Right. And that's exactly how I did it. I didn't have a college email. I was like, hey, let me use your college email. And I made me a page. You know what I'm saying? But we started promoting and we were throwing college parties. And, you know, it's you know, I've always tried to remain on the edge of what's next because I don't ever want to be left behind.
Right. So that kind of reminds me of like Gary Vee. You know what I'm saying? Do you kind of like listen to him or anything?
I love Gary. I love Gary. That's my guy. That's my guy. Like I follow him and I would love to meet him. Never got an opportunity to meet him. We were in the same building once at a conference in Atlanta, but I never got close enough to meet him. But yeah, it definitely the things that he says, you know, I pay attention to because I'm like, yo, I've been telling, you know, like now I tell people like, yo, podcasting, like, listen, no disrespect to radio, but you see where it's going.
Thanks.
Does your 10-year-old kid listen to the radio? No. How does she listen to music? She goes on her phone.
Right.
So you have to find everything media on their phone. And you know, I've been telling them, they looking at me crazy. I'm like, listen, podcasting is going to be bigger than regular radio in X amount of years. You better believe it's going to happen because these teenagers now, everything's on the phone. They watch TV on the phone, everything. I believe that in the near future, and y'all can quote me on this, and y'all can rewind this clip back 10 years from now, the TV is going to go this way. The TV is going to look like a phone in 10 years.
Wow.
Because of the fact, you think about how people ingest content. They ingest content vertically, you feel what I'm saying? So if you got people that everybody's on Instagram all the time, they're making videos for Instagram to show off on Instagram. So eventually TV's going to be there.
I mean, it kind of makes sense because you're looking at like, when you're looking at like those little screens that they have on like the, what you call them, the refrigerators and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? They in that vertical snap.
There's a website that an app that just came out called Quibi, and I'm trying to invest in it because I just believe in it. And they make actual TV shows formatted for the phone. Because
That's crazy.
My 16-year-old daughter, I remember, I never forget. And when it dawned on me, it was funny because she comes downstairs. She's like, "Hey, Dad, you seen Bird Box?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I seen Bird Box. I watched it on TV last night." "How did you see it? You wasn't down here." And she was like, "I watched it on my phone." I was like, "You mean you watch Bird Box on your phone?" I was like, "You got a whole 60-inch TV right here. Why do you watch it?" She's like, "Why don't you watch it on TV?" She was like, "I don't know. I just rather watch it on my phone." I was like, "So you can watch Netflix on your phone?" You know, I'm an old dude, so I'm like, I felt extremely old at that time. I'm like, "You can watch Netflix on your phone?" And she's like, "Duh." And so I was like, yo, that's crazy. But you know, you look at the youth, they're going to tell you where the world's going to be at in 10 years. That's what we did with Facebook. Like, all the young kids was on Facebook, and I'm like, they're telling us where it's going.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? And then Facebook got hot, and they told you about Instagram. It's like and now, guess what they're doing? They're telling you about TikTok. You better get on it, or you're going to be left behind. You know what I'm saying?
So like, they kind of change areas. You know, you say you got a 16-year-old daughter.
Definitely.
You know,
she's 17.
17 now. So what are some of the things, like, I got a baby on the way or whatever have you, you know, so
congrats.
Appreciate it, bro, appreciate it. So what are some of the things that, you know, you would tell a up and coming, you know, artist, promoter, personality, whatever have you, that has kids and who want to, you know, put the music put the pedal to the metal on the music and things of that sort. What would you kind of give them as far as some?
Honestly, I remember, man, when I first found out that I was going to be a father, I was terrified. Because I thought my career is over. I'm not going to be able to grind anymore. Oh, I got to have to pay this, this child support, and they're going to break me. And I just thought the worst of the worst. And man, my kids put another battery in my back that I never knew I had. And it's just because now you have something to work for. Now it's bigger than you. Now when you take that day off and you don't feel like going to the studio and making that extra song or going to push out those flyers or whatever, doing that press run, you think about those kids that's at home like, look, Daddy, I gotta eat.
Right. So
you better make this happen. And so that's what always put that battery in my back. Like my kids is my biggest motivation because like I love spoiling them, but I can't spoil them if Daddy ain't bringing that bread home. Okay. And so you know what I'm saying, I would tell anybody like your kids are blessings because it gives you something to work forward to, work harder to. You know what I'm saying? Like they are your personal motivation team. And now when they get old enough, my kids give me marketing advice and everything. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, definitely. They're not a deterrent. Definitely big motivation.
Blessings.
They blessings, big time.
Word. So do you feel like the city give you love?
Yeah.
Do you feel like they give you as much love as you think you deserve from the city?
I'm not the type of guy that feels anybody owes me anything. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Because if somebody owed me something, it would have came with a receipt.
Facts.
You feel what I'm saying? Or a bill. As far as like the city showing me love, I can't say that the city didn't show me love when every time I would throw a party, it'd be thousands of people there, right? Or every time I would drop a song, it would go crazy and things of that nature. Of course, you're gonna always have people. Nobody has 100% positive feedback. Biggie and Pac didn't have it. Martin Luther King didn't have it, and even Jesus didn't have it. So they killed Jesus. They hate Jesus. Me and you don't stand a chance. You feel what I'm saying?
I say that often, bro. They killed Jesus. What the hell they gonna do to me?
But at the same time, like when you. So often people focus on the negative, and bro, for every one negative person, you got 10 positive people that love you.
Facts.
Focus on them people, and that's what I always did. I'm like, you know what? Hey, I understand you might be mad at me for whatever reason because I don't know who the hell you is, but the rest of these 20 people, they love my ass, so I'm just gonna focus on them.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So now I got immense love, like ridiculous love. Like I remember during my birthday parties, I would literally have thousands, like 1,000 people there. And it was just for my birthday. And I'm like, all these niggas coming to wish me happy birthday. And it's like, I was actually showing my girl that the other day. I was like, babe, look, these people came to see me. And it's just like a sea of people. And I was like, how can the city not love me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, out of those thousands of people, yeah, you're going to have 5 motherfuckers that can't stand you. But are we going to focus on them? No. It's 1,000 people here, bro.
Right.
Celebrate these people that came to celebrate you. So I always just zoomed in on that, and that always kept me going.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that when I was like first started like throwing parties and things of that sort, man, that was one of the things that I was kind of like I would focus on the people who wasn't there rather than focus on the ones that were there. You know what I'm saying? And once you start, I feel like once you start changing your mindset on, I'm gonna lock in with these folks who really gonna show me some love rather than focusing on the naysayers.
Well, hate is a side effect of success. If you think about it, nobody hates on the bum that's sitting on that's asking for $1.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? But you gotta have something for somebody to hate on. So if it's a situation where a person has a quarrel or a problem with you, and you've never done anything wrong or never had an argument, or probably don't even know them, that's really, they got a problem with themselves. It ain't you. You didn't do nothing. You just the fact that you're not miserable, you're not broke, or you're not, you're actually out here doing what you wanted to do and dreamed to do, that makes them feel insecure. So rather than blame themselves, like, you know what, I need to step my shit up, because this motherfucker over here running circles around me, man, fuck that dude. You know what I'm saying? So, it's part of it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's cookies and milk, baby. You know what I mean? It's gonna come with it. But but that's how you know you winning. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really know, like, oh boy, that boy mad. I gotta be killing him.
Gotta be doing something. I gotta be doing something they want me to do.
Because, I always said I'd rather be the one talked about than the one talking, because the guy talking, he's not in the picture. You know what I'm saying? I'm the guy, he's gonna be in the picture, the guy taking it. I'm like, you be the guy taking it.
when you say that, you know, that kind of reminds you of the old saying, you know, loudest one in the room is the weakest.
Definitely.
It kind of looks at it like that in a sense, you know. So as far as the music goes, like, how are you feeling about the music? Is the music still a dream?
I am happily retired.
Okay.
I am happily retired. You never know when that bug hits me. I know Jay-Z had did the same things or whatever, but I'm happily, as of right now, I'm happily retired.
Okay.
I just took a A&R position at Freebandz, so I'm extremely excited about that. And UglyMoney Entertainment is taking off quicker than I could possibly imagine. I've been just writing records for other artists, and what I did was I was like, well, all the things that I taught myself trying to be a rapper and becoming a rapper, I could just teach somebody else.
Nice.
And they don't have to take the 15 years that I took. I can tell them in 15 minutes.
Right.
So basically, you know, all the trials and tribulations and the lessons that I learned on my come up, you know, I'm looking for talent to put into them. You know what I'm saying? Get one of these young dudes like, hey bro, you hard, but you know what? Don't go that way, go this way. Because I've been down that way. That sucks. Trust me. Go this way. You know what I'm saying? So I think my passion is still music, but it's switched in direction of more of management, business, and things of that nature, rather than just being on the artist, you know, jumping around the stage as an artist or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I really wanna find somebody that's talented from the city and change their life if I possibly can. You know, within the next couple of years.
So is that what like the music reviews are for?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, see, the music reviews is like, it's just honest feedback. It's just honesty. You know what I'm saying? And I think, unfortunately, a lot of people don't get it. Don't get honesty. You got your homeboys that's gonna tell you everything's hard. Oh, this shit hard, bro. Yeah. They ain't gonna, they gonna lie to you. You got your mama that's gonna love everything you do. You know what I'm saying? But then when you go out here and it's time for you to push a record, and this is real business. Like, this is money that people are putting up, you know, into themselves. You at least want to know if you got a hit or a break.
Thanks.
You feel what I'm saying? And if you ask your mom, everything's a hit. I'm like, no, I'm going to tell you the real. Like, look, you need to work on your mix. You're rapping alright, but you need to work on that beat's terrible. Or you know what? This is a hit. You need to work it. Matter of fact, I can call somebody that I know would help you out and do immensely. Or this is amazing. Let me call somebody that I know that might be interested in working with you. Yeah. You know, that's probably somebody that's not in your contact list. And given these are just people that I've known for years. You know what I'm saying? Jazzy, QC. I mean, I've been working with these people for years and years on end. So it's like I'm calling my homeboys. Right. But at the same time, they know that when I call them, it ain't no BS. It's like, look, if I'm calling you about somebody, that shit hard, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, no, definitely. You know, it's just to be a service and definitely I'm definitely looking for that diamond in the rough. You know what I'm saying? Like I definitely am. You know what I'm saying? Like that one that just pops out like, whoa, okay. You know what? Now we got to do something.
Right. You looking for the it factor, right?
Definitely. Yeah. I'm looking for it all. I'm looking for, you got to have a work ethic of me.
Fast.
You know what I'm saying? But you just got to be talented.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And once you got that, and it's a lot of intangibles with that. And I don't want to go too much into the business aspect, but you know what I'm saying? It's just an overall, you know, just a well-rounded artist.
Facts. So do you think the move to Atlanta has been the best move that you made thus far?
Best move of my life.
Best move of your life? Facts.
I'm going to tell you why. Atlanta expanded my reach. When I moved to Atlanta, Augusta, I used to always say Augusta is a great place to learn your craft. Like if you want to be a photographer, bro, you got plenty of beautiful women that you can photograph, you know, you can take pictures with or whatever, you know what I'm saying, to learn your craft. Because by the time you get to Atlanta, you better be running. Right. Because everybody out here running. People that are successful, they running. You know what I'm saying? They already got their stuff together. You know, he know his lighting, his aperture, whatever, you know what I mean? Like he already ready to go. You can't be coming over here trying to learn, train, whatever, if you really gonna succeed out here. And so that's why I'm so thankful for Augusta, because Augusta taught me, like, bro, when I get to Atlanta, I've already seen everything. I've already done it. I already know, like, yo, like, okay, what we need to do, we need to build a team. We need to build a brand. Like, I did that in Augusta already. So, in Atlanta, everybody's looking at me like, oh my God, bro, this new guy's in the city and he's moving so quick. Like, no, dude, I did this in Augusta. You know what I mean? Exactly. I'm just, you know, I'm just expanding on what I learned there. You know what I'm saying? Because Augusta, for me, Augusta is where I got my stripes. Augusta is where I got mine. You know, I had my bumps and bruises and to try to figure this thing out. And so now by the time we get to Atlanta, you know, we can pick up and run.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I definitely don't think that people, the misconception is that Atlanta's going to solve all your problems. No, not at all, because you got to understand, well, at least in my opinion, Atlanta is the ocean. So when you move here, you're a guppy. When I got here, I was a guppy. I might have been a big fish in a pond in one city before, you know what I'm saying, not calling Augusta a pond or whatever, but you know what I'm saying, I was a bigger fish, I was a bigger presence in that market. When I got to Atlanta, I was a nobody again. Who was that? Who was P Nice? So I had to re-establish, remarket, rebrand myself, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, all the things that I learned from Augusta, I took to Atlanta like, y'all don't know me yet. Give me about 2 months.
So what was the biggest, you know, change from both cities? Was it just a sea of people? Was it, you know, did you have to tweak your formula a little bit to fit the city here? Or was it just the same motion? You know what I mean?
There's more opportunities here because there's more businesses here. There's more outlets. At least in the I'm talking totally entertainment industry. There's more entertainment industry here. You know, there's labels here. There's A&Rs here. There's more opportunities here. You got TV shows and things of that nature, like major networks. So when you come into a market that has that, like the reason I remember the reason that because I was apprehensive about moving. When I got signed to 8Ball and MJG, Push Man, shout out to Push. And I remember Ball was at my club. I had a club in Augusta on Gordon Highway. And he came by. And
That's right.
No, it was actually, the name of my club was Stadium. It was short-lived. But yeah, I used to work at that spot. Yeah, and 8Ball came by one night and he was like, it's time for you to move. I was like, why would I move?
Right.
I got my own club. We got the #1 rated show.
We doing it up here.
I'm the man. Right. You know what I mean?
Right.
I walk in this restaurant. I eat for free. I can walk everywhere I go, and everybody. I can't even walk in Walmart without somebody saying, "Hey, be nice." And he was like, "Well, one, you gotta grow, and then two, if you have half the buzz and presence that you have in Augusta, in Atlanta, we're gonna be signing $1 million checks." And when he said that, I was like, for real? He was like, if you have half the presence that you have here in Atlanta, you're going to be a millionaire. And I moved the next month.
I would move too.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn sure would move too.
because at the end of the day, one thing I learned is people are people, right? People are people, and but everything is kind of like a cycle, you know, just like bell bottoms will come back in a couple of years. It's like, you know, they people still wear Jordans. It's people. And so if it works in Augusta, it'll work in Atlanta. You just might have to, you know, change up the color a little bit, but it's going to be the same thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like if marketing and teamwork and being an honest person and a stand-up guy works in Augusta, it's going to work in Atlanta. And so I just took those same values, like I'm going to work hard, I'm going to always do what I say I'm going to do, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to be a stand-up dude. And it's worked. It's not even Atlanta. It's, you know, we're operating through 5 different states now: Mississippi, Alabama, Florida. You know, we move around now, but it works in the same place. It's like, if it works here, it'll work there. If it didn't work here, it ain't gonna work here. You think that you being lazy, only working 1 day a week, is gonna make you pop in Augusta? Oh, but I go to Atlanta, it's gonna work. No, nigga, you gonna still be the same lazy nigga in Atlanta. You know what I mean? So if anything, you should turn up because, like I said, they run it out here. You know what I'm saying? You can't come out this motherfucker walking.
Can't come out here motherfucker sleeping all day.
No.
Shit. So let me ask you a question, man. Did anybody give you any game coming up? Like, what was the number one piece of advice that somebody gave you coming up that you kind of stuck with?
You know, a lot of my situation was trial and error. And that's why I am so vocal about trying to help others, because coming out of Virginia, and no disrespect to them, but they held their nuts on me so bad, right? You know, coming up as an artist, I'm talking about total entertainment. And, you know, I didn't get a lot of support from the powers that be. I got a lot of support from the people. You know, the people that rock with us. We used to pack out shows and have big, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't get a lot of support from the radio and all the powers that be. And I just had to learn it.
Yeah.
You know, I had to learn it on my own. It took me a while. You know what I'm saying? But when I got to Augusta, you know, Dwayne Stokes put a lot of good game in me. You know what I'm saying? And shouts out to Stokes. You know, he was the club owner at Cream, in the club I worked at, and he just kind of told me, he was like, man, forget everything else, P Nice. Do your thing. You do your shit, and you gonna be all right. And I kind of took that as just stay focused. You know what I'm saying? His way of saying stay focused, and that's what I always did. Because you know, sometimes you know you might have a distraction over here, a distraction over there. I just try to remain focused on the task at hand. Like, look, my goal is to be big, or you know, my goal is to progress. And so he taught, you know, he definitely put that in me. I definitely, like, he's one of the few people that I can definitely call like a big homie. You feel what I'm saying? Like, he actually put me in this situation.
OGs.
Yeah, you know, because a lot of people say they're OGs and they never help nobody. You ain't never put nobody on, they never put nobody on the money. How you OG? He ain't did shit for nobody. But you know, like, if I could have an OG between him and my manager DePrano, those are probably the two biggest OGs that I've had in my game, where they actually tried to put something into me as far as game and knowledge and growth. So yeah, no, shouts out to Stokes.
Bless. So with that being said, what is some of the game that you willing to give out now? Like,
oh man, I'm an open book.
You know, like if it was one piece of advice you could give a young cat in the streets right now, trying to do something similar to what you're doing, or the same thing what you're doing, what's some of the stuff that you know, what's one thing
break your word for no one. Your network is your net worth. And that's never gonna change. It's a lot about who you know and your relationships. My company is based off of relationships to this day. You know, it's about who you got a good relationship with that you can call and pick up the phone. Yeah. So never burn a bridge that you never gonna have to cross back over.
Facts.
You feel what I'm saying? So you know, I would definitely tell them that. Just always look towards the future and always set yourself up for success for the future, because some people are so impatient. It's like, yo, it gotta happen right now, And it's like, no, bro, it doesn't. You know, some things you gotta slow cook. You feel what I'm saying? But it's gonna taste better when it's slow cooked. You know what I'm saying? When she put that roast in the oven and it been there for a couple of hours, it be tender. But if she just goddamn microwave that shit, she gonna be tough. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, just look forward to the future, because we all get older one day. You know, I was a youngin' too, and now I'm you know, I guess I'm a quote unquote, because they be calling me OG now, so, you know, but at the same time, like, always look forward to the future, man, and meet as many people as you can and leave a good, lasting impression on folks, you know what I'm saying? Don't be very careful in this industry, because it's so small of who you burn bridges with, of who you piss off, or who you do wrong by. So just, you know, because at the end of the day, it's a small industry. And so, you know, that's one thing that I always pride in myself. I'm like, look, I don't care if goddamn Joe Blow don't like my ass, but you know what? Everybody in the industry know I'm a stand-up nigga. Right. They know that, look, if he say he gonna do something, he gonna do it. If he say he gonna send him here, he gonna send him here. If he say he gonna pay him this, he gonna pay him this. It's never gonna be less. If anything, it's gonna be more. And you know, that's one thing, like, nobody can never say, like, yo, he owes me, so no, I don't. I owe George Power, maybe. But that's about it. I'm like, oh, Comcast, but I don't owe Satan niggas nothing. No, sir. No, I don't owe y'all niggas no money. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, it means, like, my brand and my name, that's my calling card. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like, people will respect it more when you just keep it solid. Respect.
Facts. I appreciate that. So was the transition from P Nice to UglyMoney Nietzsche, was that like your retirement from rap?
He get deep, man.
I'm sorry, man.
I ain't never told him about this shit.
Hey, man, that's what people want to know, man.
Really got know, really. All right.
People want to know.
Nah, man. Okay. P Nice. At the time that we were made the decision, because it wasn't just me, it was a we. We made a decision to change the name. P Nice was a radio personality, a rapper, a promoter, a club owner, a graphic designer, a videographer, a host. And people didn't know what P Nice was. P Nice was too many different things.
I feel it.
To be just a rapper. Because you'd be like, yeah, man, you heard the new P Nice song? You mean P Nice to shoot videos? You mean P Nice is on the radio? You mean P Nice to throw the parties at the club? Or you mean P Nice from the slap contest? I've heard. It got confusing. And then we thought about it. It was like, yeah, it's time to change the brand because of the fact of the matter is, like, by then I had really just started with I was more focused on music at that time. And so I was like, well, let's change the brand, relaunch the music, and let's just go hard, you know what I'm saying? And so we changed it to Ugly Money. And the Ugly Money comes from my boy Dre that I was in Iraq with. And he suffers from schizophrenia. And he's, you know, it's an unfortunate situation, but he was the guy that I started rapping with when I was in the war. And it was one of his favorite songs, you know, Ugly Money. And I was like, yo, that record, all these years always stuck with me. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna use something with that. Right. And so Ugly Money was always, you know, the first thing that I thought, like, yo, it's gotta be something with Ugly Money. And then the niche, that comes because it's a niche. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's a niche of who P Nice is. And P Nice was so many different things that, you know, at the time we were focusing on music. So it's like, this is a niche. We're gonna niche, you know, the rapper. And so, you know, we changed that, and then I retired. Yeah, I retired. I think I've been Nietzsche for like a year now. Has it been a year, baby? About a year? About a year. I think I've done pretty good since I've changed the name to Ugly Money. You know, everything that Ugly Money Entertainment is, you know, it's all been within the past 365 days.
That's what I'm saying. I see you know, you branching out.
Well, yeah. But you know, then again, we're just playing the same game that we played in Augusta. You know what I'm saying? We just it's the same jump shot, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's the same crossover. You know, it's just a different court. You know, it's the same size court. It's just a bigger arena. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if you got game, you got game. If you got game in Augusta, you gonna have game here. You know what I'm saying? So that's just really what I took. You know, and I tell anybody from the city, like, bro, if you are a master at your craft, and you are doing your thing, you're seeing results, and you're seeing growth in whatever field you're in Augusta, then you can see that same growth in Atlanta. Like, I used to be scared. Yeah. I was scared to come out. I mean, it wasn't like, yeah, I was scared. Fuck that. I was scared because I felt so small. I'm like, man, these big ass buildings, and man, these guys got all these things. And I'm like, you know, I can't compete with them. Bro, listen, y'all. Bring your ass. Come on. Get to, you know how everybody say Atlanta field? No, it ain't. Come get it. If you hustler, come get it.
Not if your ass planning on going to sleep.
Everybody that comes from Augusta to Atlanta, they hit me. Where you at? Come on. I be in a lot, bro. I remember I was walking in the Onyx. I was walking in the Onyx, you know, of course I had to wait in line. And I remember somebody said, bro, and that P-Night from Augusta. I said, who that is? They had no idea who he was. He like, boy, I'm from such and such, I'm from Barnville. Nigga, come on. You with us. He was in the line. Like, come on, nigga, you with us. Because at the end of the day, we family. Like, you know what I'm saying? This shit there. We all we got. Right. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely tell anybody, like, bro, if you feel that you have mastered your craft, and you really are, whatever it is, and you are really ready, you gotta be honest with yourself, and you are really ready, I definitely tell anybody to make that move. Facts. Shit, boss up, come on. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Or you can make it happen because again, I had a presence in the city too. You know what I'm saying? Where I got my deal when I was still living in Augusta. I didn't. You know, a lot of people got their situations after they moved. Like, I got my situation when I was in the city. You feel what I'm saying? But like, however you do it, if you feel like, don't be go for it. I took a leap of faith. Yeah. Go for it.
That's in real life situations, man. That's sometimes all it takes, bro. You know what I'm saying? You'll know. In order for a baby bird to fly, bro, how they do it? I'm gonna push them out the nest.
Definitely.
You feel what I'm saying? Definitely. If you gonna fly, you gonna fly. If not,
funny thing about it, bro, is when I moved to I never told you. Yeah, I don't know why I'm telling you this shit. Funny thing about it is when I remember the week that I moved to Atlanta from Augusta, I had sold my club that paid for pretty much my move and everything. And my car's transmission had a charger, blue charger. Charged my transmission went out a week before I was supposed to move to Atlanta. So I didn't have no car. And by the time I had finished paying for everything for the move, I probably had $100 to my name and did not know where my second $100 was coming from. And I never forget, bro, I'm riding U-Haul down to Atlanta with my stuff in the back. And I did not know where my next $200 was coming from. Because all my parties and all the things in Augusta, I cut ties with all that or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm about to start fresh. And, bro, and didn't have a car. I rode that U-Haul for a week and a half until the boy threatened to come lock me up. And I didn't fall on my face, bro. I didn't fall on my face, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, God made a way. And just hard work, man. But do not be scared. But just be prepared. That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? Have a plan. Do not be scared. Be prepared. Whatever it is, go after it. Just have a plan and get up off your ass and do it. Don't talk about it. I can't stand folk that just talk about what they about to do all day. No, bro. Okay, let's put a plan together and let's execute.
Yep.
Respect.
Write it down, make it plain.
Definitely.
You know.
Definitely. Let it come to life.
Yeah, man. I always say, man, like for me, I don't know if you like this. I always like before I make a move, I put it on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I put it on a piece of paper, my little
Visualize it.
whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Right. You know, because when you sometimes when you're in the middle of it, you kind of forget you moving so fast. You you got something to go back off of. Like I'm playing at a music conference, and so I was at the conference center that we're gonna do it at or whatever. And I totally forgot. I'm like, man, you know, I want to have classrooms, a sound stage, and I'm like, damn, I totally forgot how many sound stages. I looked at my notes. Like, yeah, I need 5 sound stages because I'm gonna have 5 labels there. Like, okay, well, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely like write it down, visualize it, think, plan, execute. Period.
Repeat.
Think, plan, execute. Where's talking? No, don't talk. Think, plan, and then execute. They do talk, think, talk, some more.
Talking.
Yeah, start the plan, then talk some more. Man, stop talking and do it.
Get off your ass and go, man.
Do it, man. I'm telling y'all, bro. Like I said, if I am a living testament that you can do whatever it is, you can do it. Because I was always the last nigga picked for the team. In life, period. In everything in life, I was the last nigga picked for the team. You know, I was a nigga that didn't have the jump shot. I don't know about putting B on the team. That nigga can't shoot. But when I got in the game, you was gonna remember me.
You knew I was there.
Man, that nigga dove for that ball on the concrete, skinny leg up. But that nigga, he a hustler. You know what I mean? So, facts, just do that. You know what I'm saying? Go after it.
The switch, the switch, lanes again. You know, I know you. How has Corona kind of taken effect on what you got going on, if at all? If at all, any? Because I know some folks it ain't really affecting. You know what I mean?
It definitely affected me. Because it shut down. I got a club in Alabama that I got a situation at Mississippi. We had a tour lined up with Young Thug's label that totally got canceled. So, you know, it definitely just put everything on hold. But it was a blessing in disguise for me because it forced me to think and gave me time to really get my company even more off the ground and online presence. Since we have been on the coronavirus, we've launched UglyMoneyApparel.com where we have Ugly Money merch. We've launched the UglyMoneyPodcast.com where we actually have the website for the podcast. We've launched Ugly Money Marketing Company. Actually launches in 2 days, but by the time this comes out, it'll be up. Make sure y'all go to UglyMoneyMarketing.com. You know what I'm saying? So it just gave me a time and an opportunity to slow down and realize like, yo, I have so much more that I can give the world just rather than just always going to turn up the party. You know what I'm saying? And so when I did that, and it actually seems like it's weird because it became more successful, at least financially, than me going to throw the party.
Facts.
And I was like, yo, I would have never suspected that.
Diversifying your bond.
Exactly what I did. I diversified the brand. You know, I didn't just come with hustle or whatever. Like now we're planning on opening a bar and grill. I mean, just like tons of things, you know what I'm saying? I was just like, well, maybe it's a blessing in disguise. Like maybe it's God telling me, like, you need to slow your ass down and think outside the box to get to the next level. Because, you know, sometimes we get comfortable in what we're doing. Like, I'm comfortable with a mic in my hand in front of 1,000 people. I am at home. I get more nervous talking to you by myself than literally being in front of 1,000 people. I have a great fucking time.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Out of all the people I've seen perform from the city, or like, you know, of course you got, you know, like, what's the boy name? TK.
Dope,
yeah, you know what I'm saying? You got those guys, you know what I'm saying? But from the people that I've seen, like, personally, bro, you have the best fucking stage presence that I've seen come out that city, bro.
Appreciate that. You're not gonna give me the second deck because you ain't gonna give me no trouble, but I appreciate that. I'm just gonna be. You gotta learn how to avoid the question. You see that right now? And get me on the. That's a clip right there. Like, be nice, said he was better. No, sir. No. But you know what it is? It's it's exactly that. It's presence. You know what I'm saying? Where is commanding the crowd.
Facts.
I don't ask them to rock with me. I tell them to. You feel what I'm saying? I don't ask them to goddamn sing the song. I tell them to. You know what I'm saying? And that just comes with years and years of experience. You know what I'm saying? Actually, you know, I want the last person all the way in the back of the bar to feel me just as much energy as the first person that's in the front of the room. Yeah, and that's an art in itself. Stage presence is an art in itself. Because a person can be totally musically dope, and then they get on that stage and it's just like watching paint dry. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like I said, I would always make up for things with something else. I'm like, all right, I might not be able to rap better than you, but boy, I'm about to put on a show.
I'm about to turn it into.
Boy, I'm about to put on a show. You ain't boy. You know what I'm saying? So no, definitely facts. You know, facts.
So, you know, what has been your favorite? This is going back to like your parties and things.
Okay.
So, I know you got a bunch of clips on YouTube about it, man. What was your favorite slap contest? And if I can find it, I'm gonna find it and put it in the clip on here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you gotta find this one. The most viral one is the one with me in the red shirt with Shantae and the Hawaiian girl. That's still going viral to this day. It probably got about 400, 500 million views.
Sheesh.
Yeah, I just wish that I was smart enough back then to put it on my YouTube page and tag it properly, because it has been shared by every major platform from Tosh O to Media Takeout. But my favorite, hands down, was a guy named Lamont. We used to call him Slap King. And I never seen anybody get in the, which is when we actually had the dude slap. I never seen anybody get in the ring with Lamont and not get knocked the fuck out. Lamont was...
Was this the skinny guy?
Slimmer than you. Lamont, listen to me. Lamont was probably about 6'2", 6'3". Slim. Like Lamont will come in that motherfucker with a bow tie and a goddamn cardigan looking like Steve Urkel cousin and knock every nigga out. I seen Lamont one night. Dude got in there, bigger dude. He got in there, he slapped Lamont. Slapped the shit out of Lamont too. Lamont did like this. In a bow tie now. Lamont come back. I mean, it felt like a piece of wood just hit the ground. Pow! Sheesh. Nigga was out. Boom! Right? Hit the ground. I'm going crazy. I'm going stupid, right? This is the crazy part about it. Dude's brother. Nah, fuck that. I'm gonna get in there. 5 minutes later, his brother get in there. Lamont. No, I've never seen nobody else do that. I've been looking for him. I'm like, bro, where is he at, man? I got some money we can make together. You know what I'm saying? I can take him over to Russia and go fuck them Russians up. Because Lamont, I never seen nobody.
Lamont, if you watch
Lamont Addison, you know his name. Holla at me. Slap King. Definitely, by far. I wouldn't get in there.
Nah, I wouldn't get in there with me, bro.
They said, I was asking, like, why don't you get in there? What? No.
I'm on the mic.
I'm doing what I'm good at. I'm gonna do what I'm good at. I do what I'm good at. Hell no.
Facts.
Cause I'm not getting knocked out. They ask me, why don't you get in there and box me? Why? I'm gonna be tired. I'm tired now. No. I do what I'm good at. I talk about you boxing.
Right. Right. I'm a spectator.
I'm straight spectator. I do. That's what Michael Jordan, you know, Michael Jordan tried to play baseball, I didn't go good. No, nigga, I'm doing what I'm good at. I'm Michael Jordan over here on this mic.
I feel that. Well, man, hey, man, P Nice.
Yeah.
Ugly Money Niche, man. We appreciate you tuning in, man. We appreciate you locking in with us, man. This has been the Wolves Den. You know, y'all can lock in with us, the Wolves Den. On Instagram, all that good stuff. But let them know where they can find you at for the people who don't know, bro.
At UglyMoney Nietzsche. That's UglyMoney Niche. UglyMoneyPodcast.com, UglyMoneyApparel.com, UglyMoneyMarketing.com. Just type in Ugly Money because my whole SEO thing, you know, we working on it. Type in Ugly Money, I'm gonna pop up like cheese, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's Ugly Money. It's the campaign, it's the movement, it's the brand. That's what we building. And we are always looking for that next, not just artist, but that next visionary, that next hustler, that next grinder, that next person that want to get up and get it. If any kind of way that I can help or give you some game or some support, I'm here. That's what I'm here for.
Bless you, man. We appreciate you, bro.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being on, man. Thank you. Lock in.